More on that update into the from the U.S. Coast Guard tonight. The two remaining crew members who'd gone missing from the pipeline explosion Friday have now been found. Here are the photographs of Miguel Martinez and Rafael Espinosa. The two men were among the four crew members killed aboard the Raymond Boyd dredging ship. The search began Friday when four crew members were reported missing. On Saturday morning, two bodies were found, and today the Coast Guard and salvage crews found the bodies of the other two crew members after recovering a portion of the dredging vessel from the Corpus Christi ship channel. The Coast Guard said the bodies were recovered from a portion of the dredging vessel, which was located in the middle of the ship channel. The families of Miguel Martinez and Rafael Espinosa, along with another surviving crew member, Jose Delgado, have already filed a lawsuit against the owner of the dredging vessel, Orion. They're asking for a total of $110 million in damages. The Busby law firm in Houston, who will represent those families and victims, says they're very familiar with Orion.
The company involved in this case, we have been in litigation with dozens of times, if not more. And so I think we're well known for doing these kind of cases.
We reached out to the Orion company by phone for comment and did not get a response, but the company did post an online statement today thanking the Coast Guard and first responders for their help. They also said their focus was on supporting their employees and families during this difficult time.